Shomrabyug.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Michael and Benjamin's podcast. Welcome back to the tiny room. I am the Michael of Michael and Benjamin's podcast, and I, despite my raspiness, am only the second raspiest man in the raspy tiny room today, because I am joined by the man who is the raspiest man in the raspy tiny room. It's Raspy Ben Colopy.
I am the raspiest man in the raspiest universe. This is the raspiest timeline. It's just so
very
raspy.
good, very funny. Ben, you sound like you're from Blackrock College. You're so raspy.
So raspy. So raspy. Come on, you boys in blue and white, eh?
Bleeding blue and white, Ben.
Bleeding blue and white.
Do you want to give us a little introduction to the theme music there?
Theme music for the podcast. We don't actually have any theme music.
Very good. We're both raspy, Ben. We've been to a wedding.
We've been to a wedding.
We've been to a very pleasant wedding.
A lovely affair.
And the combination of seasonal viral infection.
Shenanigans.
Infection, not shenanigans. The combination of seasonal viral infections and a wedding has rendered us both voiceless.
Without voice, Michael.
But Ben, you know who else doesn't have a voice?
Go on.
Oh, that's a bad segue because
That
I
wasn't
didn't have a
great.
follow-up.
Look.
Trailers.
Trailers don't have voices, Michael. They rely on visual imagery and audio from other people to make their point. Excellent segue as always,
Thank
Michael.
you very much.
The standard has been maintained.
Ben, we have been absolutely bloody well inundated with trailers this week.
Bloody, it is a trailer park, Michael.
Oh, very good.
It's a trailer park.
And we are the Trailer Park Boys.
We are the Trailer Park Boys. No relation to the Canadian TV show.
Will we start, Ben, from the biggest ones or the smallest ones?
Well, I suppose we should crack into the biggest one first.
We start with the
Michael.
biggest one first.
Come on, let's sink our teeth in there.
Well, then, the bloody biggest trailer, Ben, of the week is undoubtedly,
without doubt,
the animated series, The Fast and the Furious, the animated series.
Yeah, I mean, Michael, I think it's fair to say that we've all been waiting for an oddly out-of-date, clunky animated series around a bunch of characters we've never heard of, who seem to be either the younger siblings.
Cousin, I think.
Cousins?
He's cousin. He's Dominic Toretto's cousin.
Yeah, but I think Ludacris's daughter is one of the little crew. The Fast.
Very good. Okay.
Anyway, look, it's going to be great, Michael. I'm going to sit there in my jammies on a Saturday morning, and I'm going to watch Dominic Toretto's estranged cousin that we've never heard about go on about La Familia.
But Dominic Toretto's going to be in the pilot, Ben. So.
Oh, he's not, is
he?
He
is, yeah. He's going to be in the first episode. It's going to be great. It's essentially, Ben, I don't know if you're too young to remember this. It's essentially James Bond Jr., but for the Fast and Furious generation.
Yes, I am too young for this.
You don't remember James Bond Jr.? He chases scum around the world.
No, I
James
don't.
Bond. It was a Saturday morning animated cartoon series about the nephew of James Bond, who did also called James Bond, who did James Bond. He was American though for some reason.
But James Bond is an orphan.
Well, in this, he was a nephew. He was Blofeld's son, I suppose.
Okay.
Given the recent twists. Yeah, so...
the twists I still don't understand.
They're adopted. They're two brothers.
They're two brothers, and, they have a strong bond, but also a strong rivalry.
Yeah, one of them's Blofeld, and has been all along.
Ooh-wee.
Anyway,
yeah, go on.
What are we doing? Yeah, so looks good though, doesn't it? I'm excited to see with their enemies Shifter, and their enemies are called Shifter, which is a mad acronym.
It's quite funny for an Irish audience.
Yeah, because
very often
Shifter Ben.
You and I, Michael, when we head out to the nightclubs, Michael, all you can be heard saying for the entire is, "Go on, Shifter, Ben," and you're like, "Shifter, I barely know her." And it turns out I should have struck while the iron was hot, Michael, because now they're going to try and take over the bloody world.
Oh, no good.
Bloody shifters.
Anyway, look, Ben, I won't watch it.
Yeah, no, neither of us are going to watch it, Michael. It looks awful.
We will task that to Shane. Shane will be provided the task.
He's going to pretend like he doesn't want to watch it, but he'll
watch it.
He'll be front row seats to Dominic Toretto telling mini Dominic Toretto, it's all about La Familia.
I don't know what his name is. I think it's Dominic Toretto.
Okay.
Speaking of James Bond, though, Ben.
We're good. Oh, there's a buttery segue.
Much better segue. Speaking of James Bond, not Junior, original. Yeah. That new trailer didn't really give us much, did it?
No, Jesus, Michael, no. If anything, it's introducing us to a world that's outgrown James Bond.
A little bit.
I got serious flashbacks to bloody dead James Bond in... which one was it?
I don't think he died in any of them. I don't think he died in any of them.
No, it's not Spectre. Skyfall, where he retires because he just goes off. And it seems that James Bond has retired again.
This is Skyfall.
And I think basically what we're doing here, Michael, is maybe lining up the next generation of MI6 agents. Maybe seeing what we can.
There might be even a lady.
Oh, there might be a lady who isn't white, Michael.
It might be, yes, and she might be a 00 agent.
I enjoy. I really imagined her saying, "Okay, boomer," when James Bond said, "You're a 00.
You're a 00, even though you're a woman." I'm Benoit Blanc.
I would watch James Bond if he played Benoit Blanc in the entire thing. I honestly did believe that that was a little out of character for James, but I haven't seen the movie, Michael. It's only a bloody trailer.
It is a trailer, and it's a first trailer which reveals next to nothing about the plot.
Because that's the whole point.
It's just explosions and running around, and look, there's a lady.
Rami Malek with some facial disfigurants.
Yeah, as a classic James Bond villain. He has some sort of disfigurants.
Anna de Armas is going to be the latest Bond lady.
Who?
By the looks of things. Anna de Armas.
Who's that?
Armas from bloody Knives Out. Nurse.
Oh!
Anna de Armas.
Yeah, why are you pronouncing your name like that?
Because that's how it's pronounced, is it not?
No, I don't think so.
How's it pronounced?
I think it's just Anna de Armas.
Okay, fair enough. One of the Arma
very good.
is going to be in as the latest Bond.
Is she the lady in the film?
Yeah, she's in there in the back.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Look, I spotted Anna de Armas. I can't say her name, but I do know when she's in a film. Big fan.
Speaking, Ben, of trailers which are mostly just people doing explosions and whatnot, did you see the teaser? Am I going too fast? No.
A teaser trailer.
Did you see the teaser for Wonder Woman 1984?
I didn't, Michael, as you well know.
Yeah, no, you said it. No, Ben, I know, but sometimes there's the conceit of the podcast, Ben.
Oh,
where I ask you a question which I know the answer to. Yeah. Look, we'll encounter it plenty of times later on. What I'm saying is, did you see the trailer? Ben, I'll tell you what, you don't really need to see the trailer.
Okay.
Because what they could do is cut a couple of scenes from the last one together. And then it's that. It's her fighting some robbers in possibly a bank or a museum.
Love a bank.
And then possibly someone shooting a World War II gun.
Oh, no.
And then it looked like she's trying to catch a lightning with her rope.
Love.
And that's it. That's the trailer.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all we get.
It genuinely could be scenes. The only way you know it's not the previous film is her costume's more bright.
What's a more bright costume?
Brighter, I believe is the word.
Yes, well, look, Michael, we were at a wedding. We're all tired. We're going to forgive you.
Tired and emotional.
Yeah, tired. Not emotional so much. I think I'm dead inside, but
Oh, good.
It's grand. That'd be sickness combined with wedding.
But Benjamin.
Yes.
You could, using your skills of an editor, you could take the previous film and just edit together this trailer. I would like to see you do that.
Okay, well, it looks like I have something to do when I go home then.
Very good. Excellent.
All right, fair enough.
It's not terribly exciting. Speaking, Ben, of a trailer which doesn't reveal very much.
Go on.
In fact, all of the trailers this week, even though it's bloody a trailer park season,
they're just little nuggets.
They're all just little nuggets, little 1 second mad MTV generation cuts.
Fast cuts.
Yeah.
A lot of fast cuts.
The Boys Season 2 got a trailer as well.
Such cuts, Michael.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, so much.
There's someone is covered in blood. Now here's another fella. Now there's someone getting hit by... Oh, that man's head exploded.
That's allowed without a head. Yeah, look, excuse me, I'm going to have to take momentary breaks for coughs. God, podcasting at its finest. Look, I'm looking forward to it. Looks like A-Train's going to try and get his rehabilitation on.
Yeah, he looks like he's all right.
Lamplighter's back on the 7?
I don't know, Ben. Everything happened so fast.
Goodness.
It was all very quick cuts.
Look, all I know is that the bloody Homelander's going to steal the show again. It's going to be bloody great.
It's very good. But Ben, I have to say, excellent costume you did there last Comic-Con.
Yeah, thank you very much, Michael.
Underrated in its time. I know I say this nearly every week.
Well, look, we'll bring it back for the next one.
No, you don't want to do that.
We'll see what happens.
No, you don't want to do that.
We'll see what happens, Michael.
Yeah.
Look, the beard's a bit fuller now. I can grow my hair a bit longer.
Beard's a bit fuller.
We'll give it a go. Give it a go. It doesn't look like chicken scratch anymore. Well, it kind of does, but look.
Yeah. But like a hairier chicken.
A hairier chicken scratch.
A very hairy chicken.
If you will.
Benjamin.
Yes. So many trailers, Michael.
Oh, we're barely halfway.
We're barely halfway.
Here, this is insanity.
Welcome to the trailer roundup.
What's going on Michael and Benjamin's trailer roundup? Is it because we're heading into 2020?
It's the January push, Michael, because everybody looking for something to do in January. Because let's face it, there's a bit of a lull in January.
None of these films are coming out in January.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you've just
I failed horribly there.
Just made something up there, Ben. You big liar.
Sorry about that, lads.
Yeah, Black Widow's summer, right?
Oh yeah, almost
James Bond will be summer. Wonder Woman summer. No, these is just we're getting the 2020 summer films.
Getting the hype train started.
Yeah. Yeah, the last kind of hurdle of this year is coming up next weekend.
What's next weekend?
Bloody Star Wars.
Oh. Do we have to go see that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I still haven't seen the second one in this new trilogy.
Have you not?
No. I'm just not interested, Michael.
It's fine, it's good.
I've got The Mandalorian these days,
Have you been
Michael.
keeping up with The Mandalorian?
I have been keeping up with The Mandalorian.
So many tropes, Ben.
So many tropes. Actually, Michael,
Yes,
speaking of tropes,
yes?
it was pointed out to us, Michael,
Right, go on.
by a listener,
Yes.
a relatively new listener,
Yes, go on.
that there's no such island as the island of Saint-Tropez, Michael.
Well, Ben, you see, let's just explain something here. You don't have to fact check jokes.
No, you do.
No, you don't.
It's 2019, Michael.
Jokes do not depend on factual accuracy.
Everything gets fact-checked these days, Michael.
Jokes do not... Look, listener, whoever you are, whoever this listener is, if they even are real and not just you, Cullaby, jokes are not subject to the same rigor of fact-checking. Fine. Okay, Ben. The bloody Mandalorian, the latest episode, is like a bloody... I was on like the isthmus of Saint-Tropez, the coastal town of Saint-Tropez. There, you happy?
I think the listeners will be very happy with that, Michael.
Go on, anyway.
Bloody tropes ahoy, Michael. From the very name of the episode, The Gunslinger, you're just like, this is where we're at.
Yeah, it's a Western episode, but it's a Star Wars episode.
It's a super Star Wars episode.
Hey, do you like Star Wars? You bloody like this now, won't you?
Come this way.
Yeah, come this way.
Come this way.
Do you like Mos Eisley? Do you like the Cantina?
Get yourself in there.
Yeah, do
Want
you
to
like
see some dusty stormtrooper helmets on a spike?
some stormtroopers?
Come this way.
Do you like that, won't you? Do you like where Han Solo was sitting when they met him in A New Hope? Do you like that? Do you like the pose he was doing? Well, here's a new character.
Come this way.
He's in the same... Oh, look at him. Is he Han Solo? Oh, do you like Tusken Raiders? Maybe they think they were here first. What? Oh, you like a bit of social
Much
commentary?
more post-colonial
Do you like a bit of post-social commentary in your Star Wars?
Very good. We had an Asian assassin lady.
It was Ming-Na Wen.
Ming-Na Wen of Star Trek.
No.
I had the wrong one.
Oh, my God, Ben.
Oh, dear.
Do you want to edit that out? It's Agent May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
Or Mulan, the original voice of
Mulan.
Mulan.
Have you seen the trailer for Mulan?
Oh, God, it's not even on the list. I forgot about that. God damn it, Mulan.
It is to be boycotted by many, Michael.
Oh, really?
Because the actress of Mulan has come out and supported the Chinese government against Hong Kong.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, not on the internet.
It's not surprising, is it? Really?
Is she a Chinese lady?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Well, she could be Chinese American. And they're mostly against the government, aren't they?
No, I think she's Chinese.
She's Chinese.
I think a lot of the characters are Chinese.
The actors, you mean?
Well, the characters also.
The characters, yeah. The characters are undoubtedly Chinese, but I mean, the actors are Chinese, aren't they?
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see how that goes, Michael. As you know, I'm not really interested in the Disney animated reboots. They're bloody soulless.
You enjoyed The Lion King, though.
No, I didn't, Michael.
You did. You loved it. You were like, that was a
hated it,
sexy
Michael.
lion. Beyonce was a sexy lion, wasn't she, Mick? And I was like, Ben, I was freaked out, to be honest with you.
I think that was you
back off on this a bit.
talking to your good lady friend
about how
who was freaked out.
About how sexy the Beyonce lion was.
It's like, I'm not saying you have to dress up in the lion costume, but I've spent a lot of money on it, and it'd be a bit of a waste if you didn't.
Yeah. Ben, yes, luckily, they seem to have taken so much of the magic and wonder and supernatural aspect out of the new Mulan. I think we can get away with not seeing it.
Yeah,
because it's slightly dramatized historical epic now.
And
we don't have to watch those.
There is a lady that turns into a hawk though in the trailer.
Oh, God damn it! Then we have to see it.
A hawk lady? No, we don't. No, we don't, Michael. That's not really within our remit. Anyway, back to the set syllabus for today's podcast.
Where were we? Yeah, what were we talking about?
We did get around to
Free Guy.
We did the Mandalorian. Mandalorian was very good.
Yeah.
Go check that episode
Saint-Tropez,
out.
the coastal town of Saint-Tropez. Are you happy, listener? Podcasting magic, Ben. Go on.
I was actually really enjoying the notion of keeping up with the Mandalorian as a substitute for keeping up with the Kardashians. I would watch that.
Or keeping up with the Cardassians.
A lot. Cardassians, is that what it is?
The Cardassians are the aliens from Star Trek.
Ah, okay. I'd watch that also. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Moving on from there.
Free Guy. What the hell is that?
Free Guy is Ryan Reynolds, Taika Waititi, bloody Joe from Stranger Things, whose name I can never remember. No, not Joe. What's his name? Steve from
Stranger Things.
Joe Greer, is it Joe?
Yes.
Joe Greer.
Something Greer.
Look, we'll stick in the new theme music next week and I'll retract that. But he's going to be in it. And then English actress whose name I never remember. She's going to be in it as well. It's a Netflix.
What's her bloody name?
It's Netflix. Can't remember.
Well, give me something to work with.
Small blonde lady, English.
Emily Clark.
Usually plays the stoner hippie and lots of things. Not famous. Not like massively famous. This would be the first big kind of big thing that she's done. I'll show you the trailer after. We'll get into it. Free Guy, Michael, is about an NPC in a video game universe.
Oh.
Not unlike any kind of mass multiplayer that you might play.
Yeah.
Your Destinies.
Yeah.
Your Call of Duty Modern Warfares.
Yes, I see what you're doing.
Etc. Your Grand Theft Automobiles.
Right, we get it. We get it.
And he's an NPC. And he goes through life, and one day he just kind of realizes that the world is very, very wrong. Every day his bank gets robbed by a new character. And
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, no, it looks really interesting. And he just sticks up for himself by mistake.
And
basically, someone tries to smack him, and he picks up the player's glasses, and then he has like a magic window into how the world actually works. And he has to free everyone else from the game. So it's like the Matrix, but very unaware.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
It's bloody good. It's
Ben,
got Ryan Reynolds.
You know what we've bloody forgotten to talk about? We did actually go and see Knives Out.
We did. We are so off our game.
That's not
today.
on our syllabus.
We are so off our game today.
It was good, wasn't it, when we saw Knives Out?
Knives Out was absolutely brilliant, Michael. A late contender for my favourite film of 2019.
Yes, a stellar performance, a star-making performance from a young actor, Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him in much before this, Michael, but goodness, I'd watch him in other things.
Yes, I would like to see a series of films starring his character from this film, Benoit Blanc.
I never thought I would be an Agatha Christie or, what's his name?
Agatha Christie, I think you're thinking of.
No, Agatha Christie or what's the detective's name?
I think you're thinking of Agatha Christie.
Hercule Poirot. There we go. Never thought I would have been a fan of movies like that, Michael, but bloody heck, if Daniel Craig played his bloody Southern gentleman detective in everything, sold.
Yeah, very good. Excellent.
Yeah, bloody great performances all around. Everyone having the time of their lives on it, Michael.
Yeah.
Just enjoying it. Daniel Craig just basking in the campness that he could bring to that role. He was just rolling around it. 1, 2, 3, up and down. Chris Evans. Bloody Chris Evans.
Playing a big prick.
Very, very reminiscent of...
the start of his career.
The start of his career, playing a big old prick.
When he just basically played a big old prick, not another teen movie.
Michael Shannon was there in a less intimidating form these days. Bloody Scream Queen Jamie Lee Curtis made a little
it was great
drop in. And everybody's favourite bloody Watchman Chief of Police was there as well.
Don Johnson, he was there. John Donstone. Yeah, no, it was very good though.
I very enjoyable.
People should go see it, shouldn't they, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the kind of movie that needs your money, so we get more.
We can't really talk about it too much because we'll spoil it.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything.
It's a Moida mystery.
Somebody's
done a Moida.
Oh, heckin' no.
Or have they?
Or have they?
Who hasn't?
These are the El Questiones, Michael. But it's just great. It's very well plotted out. Very well put together. The editing is wonderful. The pacing is wonderful. The acting has a solid tone throughout. There's a couple of Nazi jokes in there, which I'm all for. You know, it was great. It was great, Michael.
It's very good.
It's a very enjoyable film. I dare say that of the many of films that we do on a cinema club evening, was probably one of the most universally liked by all of us when we walked out.
I think you're thinking of Godzilla King of Monsters.
No, I think you're mixing them up. Because you recall, Michael, when we...
Which one was the one with Benoit Blanc?
That was Knives Out.
And which one was the one with Godzilla?
Godzilla was the one where Daniel Craig played a 250-meter tall monster.
So versatile.
Yeah, very versatile guy. Very versatile. Funny fact.
Go on.
No makeup on him in Godzilla. That was all Daniel Craig.
Oh, that's
he grew those spines in that tail himself.
It's like the joke we did about Nick Nolte a few weeks ago for The Mandalorian.
It was actually. Oh, good, we're repeating ourselves.
Stealing our own jokes.
Near the end. Near the end of the podcast.
At least we're stealing our own jokes instead of other people's jokes.
Michael.
Ben! Yes. Go on, you take the lead on this one there.
You and I, Michael, set about to do the biggest trailer first before we began the rest of the material today, Michael.
Upside down the whole thing.
And you bloody Stranger Things the whole thing, and now we're in the upside down, Michael.
I like what you've done there.
We're all confused. And the one that we missed, Michael, is everybody's bloody favourite spider-inspired... No, that's not right, actually. Spider-Man exists. It's everybody's favourite bloody female assassin. No way, Charlize Theron still exists. It's everybody's favourite bloody redhead from the Marvel Universe. Bloody
Jean
Black
Grey.
Widow. Oh, no. Black Widow, Michael. Black Widow got a trailer
for
the Black Widow.
Everyone's favourite already dead character.
Already dead character. I think it's fair to say that now. That's a no spoilers gig all around, isn't it?
We're fine. We're all right with that.
Yeah. It's going to be absolutely fine. Michael.
Hello.
What did you think?
Look, Ben, what my greatest concern about this film is it's an in-between-quel.
Yeah.
And when you have a film, Ben, when you have a film... Yeah. What you do is you take a character, they're in a situation,
yes,
then they experience something, and they come out the other end somehow changed.
Michael, I had no idea that you had a PhD in how movies work.
I do. I have a pretty huge
grasp.
No, that doesn't start with D. Pretty understanding. I have a pretty huge understanding of how films work.
A huge D.
So that's usually what you do.
Usually.
Right? Now, this appears to be set between the end of Civil War.
It is.
And the beginning of
Infinity War. It is.
Ben.
Yes.
I would argue that Black Widow at the end of Civil War and Black Widow at the beginning of Infinity War were in the same place as a character.
They hadn't grown as people.
Because, Ben, if she had mysteriously been slightly different or changed at the start of Infinity War, that wouldn't make sense in Infinity War.
Would have been interesting, though.
This is what I don't like about in-between-quels.
She had to get her movie, Michael.
However...
It's only 10 years too late.
Yeah, it is. However world-changing or, hopefully personally world-changing.
I fingers crossed. I mean, Natasha deserves a...
But however revelatory this film is going to be, it has to deposit her in situ for the beginning of Infinity War.
Yeah. Yeah. There have already been swirling fan theories, Michael, as to many of the things happening. Would you like to go through some of them?
Swiddle one of them over here towards me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So
I'm just going to do a little cough first.
Yeah, that's okay. You have a little cough. For anyone who's not a big fan of spoilers for trailers or silly fan theories or anything like that, you can just skip this bit.
Skip ahead.
But basically, Michael, we're introduced to a host of Russian-inspired superheroes in the Black Widow trailer.
Yeah.
We have the bloody Red Guardian.
Yes.
Who's played by David Harbour with some bloody gulag tattoos all over him. Big bulky David Harbour.
Bulky David Harbour. He's got a beard.
He's Red Guardian. That's going to be interesting. We're going to see a little bit more of that. We have the bloody Iron Maiden played by Rachel Weisz, who's in a superhero movie for some reason, which was a curveball.
Why?
I just didn't expect Rachel Weisz to be in a superhero movie.
She was in The Mummy.
Oh, The Mummy. What a great film.
And The Mummy 2.
Oh, less great film. But The Mummy is a great film.
She wasn't in The Mummy 3.
Probably a wise decision on her part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have, more importantly, an actress whose name I can't remember. God damn it. And she's going to be playing another kind of Black Widow.
A blonde widow.
She's Yelena.
I don't know if she is. I don't know if they flat out said
this
is
our fan theory entering in now. She's Yelena. The Russian second name.
Belnikova, is it?
That's a pretty good guess. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
So Yelena Belnikova.
Right. I'll look it up for you.
Who is a competitor for kind of Black Widow in the comic books, and she has a strong rivalry with her, and she quite often takes over from Black Widow if Black Widow is not available. So it would seem to be
Yelena Belova.
I mean, pretty close though.
It was close enough.
It was pretty close. Yelena Belova, and she is a blonde lady, Michael, as you know, and she wears a very particular tactical vest when she's kitted up in this trailer, Michael.
Go on.
Fans have noticed,
yes,
that bloody Black Widow,
yes,
has a bloody blonde haircut and that exact same tactical vest at the beginning of Infinity War.
Right.
So it's led some people to speculate that perhaps she's wearing that as an homage to her dead comrade. Or
yes,
people who are trained in the Red Room get the same gear, and that sort of silly fan theory that doesn't really hold much water.
Yeah.
I'd be inclined to agree with the latter. But look, it's a crazy old conspiracy theory.
I think it is confirmed that what's her name? That actress whose name I also... Florence Pugh.
Yep. Great.
Is playing Yelena Belova.
Well, there you go. She's playing Yelena Belova. And that'll be interesting. I would be interested to see, Michael, if perhaps she becomes a fan favourite and is then deposited into the next phase of Marvel to take the place of Black Widow in the new Avengers.
Well, they could do that.
That we see, Michael. I think that might be what we're being...
They could just have...
I think we might be led along the path there, Michael.
We're out of bloody Black Widows. How many Black Widows have we got?
Black Widows you got?
Any more? Is there another one, please?
Yeah, give us another.
Can we have another one?
I'm looking forward to Taskmaster. Love Taskmaster in the comics.
One of my favourite characters, Ben. There he is up there on the action figure shelf.
Bloody little shield, little mini shield.
The skull head.
Little bloody skull face.
What do you think of the fan theorem that it's Rachel Weisz under there.
Oh, it would fit in with the Iron Maiden costume.
Task bloody mistress, more
Task
like
mistress. I'm all for it.
I know you are.
I'm all for it.
Chris
I'm
Claremont
into
over
that. I'll Claremont that to death. So yeah, fair enough. I'm looking forward to it. David Harbour looks like he's going to be a little bit of comedic relief here and there.
Yeah.
We're going to see how that goes. Some of the characters they're playing are pretty interesting. Red Guardian is kind of the Soviet era Captain America knockoff.
Captain America, yeah. A Russian knockoff of Captain America, basically.
I enjoy. I haven't heard the Task Mistress theory, but it does hold a lot of water because originally the character Michael in the comic books Iron Maiden is no fan. No fan is she.
No fan of
the Black Widow.
Of the Black Widow is she.
Because she was often outshone by the Black Widow. In the thing, we're gonna get more of the Red Room, Michael. We're gonna see a little bit more of the Red Room. Yeah.
Hopefully not too much, because that was one of the boring parts of bloody Age of Ultron.
Joss Whedon's terrible movie, Age of Ultron.
It's not terrible. It's only average.
Pretty poor.
It's great.
It's got a lot of Joss Whedon tropes that we can now look at and spit at.
Probably too much.
It's great.
A lady doing a flip.
A
woman who can't have a baby.
Which is the greatest sin of all, Michael.
She's a monster.
How could she?
Yeah.
Because nothing says bad moral character like the inability to have children in Joss Whedon's world. We here at the podcast do not subscribe to that weird, twisted logic.
Ben, speaking of bad moral character, I read a comic book this week about some of the worst moral characters.
I thought we were going to talk about my life choices there.
No, not about you.
That was going to be touch and go.
About the other worst people, Nazis.
Oh, Nazis.
Marginally worse.
Bad bunch of than me.
Yeah, bad bunch of blokes. There's only two groups of people worse than you, Ben. Nazis and vampires. Not all vampires. Some vampires are dead sexy.
Dead sexy.
Like Interview with a Vampire. Or
Brad Pitt with long hair. Love it.
Or bloody Satanica Pandemonica. What was her name?
Oh, Salma Hayek.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of.
Salma Hayek.
Anyway, Ben, I've read a bloody Irish comic book.
What?
As you know, Ben.
How unlike us to read Irish-funded art.
Well, Ben, this is from the same bloody studio who bought us one of your not favourite comic books from earlier in the year. What was it again?
Neon Skies.
Neon Skies, that was the one. You weren't a huge fan of that, Ben.
No, I wasn't.
But this is by a different artist-writer team. It's by a writer called Wayne Talbot.
Well, it's probably Wayne Talbot if it's Irish.
It's Wayne Talbot.
Okay, Wayne Talbot it is. Wayne Talbot, who does interact with us on Instagram.
Yeah. Well,
Wayne, if you're listening, dead sorry about the name thing.
I'm sticking with it.
It's a podcast convention.
I'm sticking
with it. You're just going to have to go with it.
It's Wayne bloody Talbot.
Go on, tell me a bit about it, Michael.
Well, Ben, look, I won't go too much into spoilers.
What's it called, Michael?
It's called Nosferatu, I think. Nosferatu?
I'm going to say Natsferatu.
Nazi. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because it's about Nazi vampires.
And it's got bloody Nazi vampires in it.
Bloody.
Ben, the crux of it is, imagine if vampires were there.
Yes.
But they were Nazis.
Oh, okay, that was easy.
Yeah. I expected it, Ben, to be honest, when I was getting it. I expected it to be a kind of very large-scale dramatic thing, maybe like the whole of World War II was secretly under the control of vampires or something like that.
Oh, nice.
But it isn't. It's the tale of two soldiers, two fellas who are soldiers,
two lads,
and so it's
two soldiers, and they have a strong bond. And
yeah, exactly.
They go to a castle, and
there's no castle. There's no castle.
They don't go to a castle because there's no castle in the story. And oh no!
But what I'm saying is, Ben, it's a much more kind of small scale story.
Oh, well, that's good, Michael. That's what we need.
It's an incident,
because the last large scale story we got from that bloody company.
All right,
the last world changing. Just saying.
Just ease off. But it's not like that. It's not a grand conspiracy story. It's the story of two soldiers who come across a thing,
and they have a strong bond. And oh no, there's Nazis, and oh no, those Nazis got some sharp teeth, because those Nazis aren't just Nazis; they're vampire Nazis.
Kind of. Although I think when they become vampires, really, the Nazism thing is less of an issue,
and Nazism falls to the background because vampirism is more important, and those soldiers are
no Rick and Morty. Stop it, that's too far. You've gone too far.
Sorry about this, Wayne.
But Ben, due to the fact that it wasn't a great world-changing scale, great epic drama, it has more of a horror film vibe.
Oh,
it's
it's Overlord vibes.
Yeah, a little bit of Overlord, a little bit of Descent, maybe.
Oh, Descent is good.
You know, have you ever
That's
seen
the
the
Neil
film?
Marshall one?
Yeah, that's the fella. A little bit of Descent, maybe. Imagine a bit of Descent combined with a bit of Overlord.
I'll take that.
And then you've kind of got the feeling that I got from it.
That's a tasty vibe, Michael. I may have to borrow this off you after this.
Or buy your own, you cheap.
No, I'm going to borrow it off you.
Are you going to support the Irish arts, Ben?
Well, no, that's actually true. Fine, I'll go out and buy it. God damn it.
Anyway, Ben, let's bloody move on.
You won me over. Michael, this week we've had a rough week.
We have.
It's been a long week. We're sick as dogs.
Very sick.
We went to a bloody wedding because we were very fond of the person getting wed.
Oh.
Both people getting wed.
Yeah.
And
one of them in particular.
One of them in particular, though. And we turned up there.
Yeah.
And we bloody got involved. Had a great old time.
Yeah.
There might be a video surfacing on either our Instagram or YouTube in the next couple of weeks. I'd just like to remind some of the female listeners, I'm not actually attached to Michael in that way. Yeah, well, kind of.
You are now.
I am now. I've been claimed. I've been marked. Yep. It's game over. It's just awful.
If a dog smells you, they will think you're my wife. Let's just put it that way.
Not the way I wanted it to happen. But anyway, because of that, we didn't really have time to think of anything great. So what we've done is, Michael,
I had a great joke about bloody Benoit Blanc.
Come on.
Remember, you were supposed to... We wrote this down. You were supposed to say he's the greatest Southern detective of all time. And then I would say, no, I don't think so, Poirot. And you would say, I'm pretty sure he's not from the South. And I would say he's from Belgium. And you say, that's not the South. And then I would say, Flanders. The south of Belgium. And then you would say, oh.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah, we got that out of the way.
That's good. This is why we don't schedule jokes, Michael. This is exactly why we don't schedule jokes. Anyway, so
joke, though.
That kind of improvisational wit there that you just had, that would have been the standard of the entire episode today if we hadn't gone for a nice, easy setup to get us through the rest of the episode. So this week, Michael, because I watched a documentary 2 weeks ago, called The Toys That Made Us. I was quite inspired, Michael, by the origins of He-Man. And I went and... I
don't know if that was right.
I've done a little... Yeah, it's a rip-off of Conan.
He-Man. No, that's wrong.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. He has the power. So I've gone and done a little bit of digging around. Yeah. And I've come up with one of our classic segments for Pitch Please.
Oh, Pitch Please.
And we're gonna have a little He-Man pitch.
Are we?
We're gonna have a little He-Man pitch, Michael.
Do you want to tell us, Ben, before we have the pitch, though, who even is bloody He-Man?
Who even bloody is bloody He-Man. I got stuck, sorry. He-Man. He-Man was originally a toy.
Yes.
Michael. Mattel. Good. You're the toy expert in the room, Michael, so I'm going to keep looking at you with pleading
you ask me if you
pleading eyes. And he was just a bizarre kind of toy line, Michael.
Not bizarre.
Turns out that at this time the toy industry was being kind of buried by Star Wars. Star Wars, one company had the deal with Star Wars.
Kenner.
They were making all the Star Wars figures and all the money.
Well, don't forget, Ben, the modern toy industry was basically invented by Star Wars.
So basically the idea of this space opera, this grand narrative, had really inspired the youth of America and the rest of the world also. And they were dominating the toy market. So, look, the lads got together and they said, right, we need a competitor here.
We need to get something out. People like fantasy and science fiction blended together. Can you give us that?
And
But... more bare chests.
So they went and found a bunch of fetishists and they got them together in a room and they said, come up with a bloody superhero force. Yeah. And thus He-Man, which is still not correct.
No, I know what you're doing. You're doing you're saying He-Man, but you're saying it to the tune of Brave Star.
He-Man.
That's what you're doing.
Yep, sold. And became a hugely successful toy line. Michael, largely in part due to a cartoon that was created to sell the toy.
To sell toys, Ben.
That's sell toys.
The most important phrases in the toy industry.
And it's yes. It centers around the world of Eternia.
Yeah, Eternia.
And Prince Adam. Okay.
Got a big echo in your voice there.
No, I think there's someone in your house.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Prince Adam is the Prince of Eternia, and he's quite effeminate.
He's quite effeminate, and much to the chagrin of many of the creators, apparently. So, one of the things that interested me about this, Michael, is the original Conan had a little comic book that went...
Conan?
Sorry, the original He-Man. Did I not say?
You said Conan.
Did I? Sorry. The original He-Man action figures had a little comic book. That
They went inside. As did many toys from that era.
And the comic book was nothing like the cartoon. The comic book was a Frazetta style, Frank Frazetta kind of barbarian style thing, and a much darker Eternia.
Yeah.
So, Michael, for my inspiration for this particular thing,
Yes.
and disappointingly, Michael, I haven't decided how I want this to be formatted.
Okay.
It could be a movie.
Right.
It could be a pilot episode.
Mm-hmm.
It could, we don't know how this is going to go, but it's a little pitch.
Okay.
And I want to go back to that darker
a darker
kind of
He-Man.
thing. Because in 2002, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
a new He-Man series was launched that went very in depth. It took a look at those origins, went creeping around in those origins.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
tried to flesh them out and make them a bit darker, a bit more evil.
What happened to Skeletor's face?
Yeah, bloody acid, Michael, is what happened to Skeletor's
It's always
face.
acid, isn't it?
It's always acid. Harvey Dent, Skeletor.
My good lady friend's always trying to get me to put acid on my face. She says it's a good exfoliant.
Yeah, I don't think that's true, Michael. I
That's
think
how
she just has a Skeletor fetish.
That's how Skeletor got tricked.
She's just into Skeletor.
Yeah.
You are buff enough to be Skeletor.
Yeah,
in fairness.
and skeletal.
Yeah, you're not very skeletal.
No, but if she acided my face.
Oh, definitely skeletal.
Yeah.
You see, the whole living aspect might come into question there, Michael.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd survive.
Yeah. Very difficult
Yeah.
to live without face.
Probably go to therapy for that. Should probably work that out as a
What
pair.
we doing? What we
Yeah.
doing?
Anyway, sorry. Little
Acid.
pitch,
Yeah,
Michael.
little pitch.
So there are a couple of characters here that we need to understand.
Okay.
The key character being He-Man,
He-Man.
not Bravestar.
Yeah.
He-Man is
Just
a very powerful guy.
He's the most powerful man in the universe.
and He-Man has a magic sword, and when he throws the sword up in the air and he says the phrase, "I have the power,"
Yeah, I don't think he throws it in the air.
when he lifts it in the air,
Yeah.
he kind of transforms into a very powerful man who looks exactly the same as the other Prince Adam,
Yeah, but no
without
shirt.
clothes.
Yeah, no shirt.
He has a harness. He has the big old battle cat, Michael.
Yeah.
He has a dedicated enemy, a nemesis, who is Skeletor, famous for the voice.
Too much exfoliation.
Too much exfoliation. His good lady friend wanted him to exfoliate.
Yeah.
He listened.
Yeah.
Now look at him.
Evelyn.
Evelyn is there as well. King Randor is Prince Adam's father.
Yeah.
Man of War is Prince Adam's closest friend.
Okay. He has a
Orko
hat, doesn't he?
is dorky little relief.
Yeah.
Comic relief.
He's in it, is he?
Orko is not in it. No.
Okay. He's not in your pitch.
Not in this.
Are you just naming characters now?
Yeah, I'm just giving you the
Okay.
cast. Giving you
Okay.
the little cast,
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah.
Beastman is one of the big kind of villains that works for Skeletor.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we need to know.
Well, you kind of skipped
Right
all the
now.
women, I noticed.
Come on, give me the women.
Tila.
Tila.
No? You don't know Tila? Prince Adam's
She's the lady.
kind of lady
She's the
friend?
Yeah, she's in there.
She's in there?
She's in the pitch.
The sorceress?
She's in the pitch as well, but she comes later in the pitch.
She's got a hat that's a bird?
Yeah. She does, yeah.
Yeah.
She's in there as well. Evelyn is in
Yeah.
there as
Oh,
well.
good.
We didn't skip all the
Oh,
ladies.
you didn't skip-
Evelyn is going to be your favourite character, Michael, but I've done something to stop you from fetishizing her, so I'm looking forward
Oh,
to that.
hey!
Yeah, I've literally... Oh, excellent. Oh, sorry. Get out of your way there.
There we go. I've dramatically left.
That's ridiculous. The echo that's come in there. So anyway, guys, I'm taking over the podcast now. Michael's left the room, so we can finally talk about everything I want to talk about. Why action figures are so bloody stupid.
Oh, hey. Hey. Not the end of that bit. I'm back. Back in.
Yeah. So anyway, Michael, there are two key lands in Eternia. There's the bloody happy-go-lucky kingdom that Prince Adam
Is the prince of.
is the prince of. And then there's the Darklands, which are over the other side, and it's all bloody, spooky, scary skeletons. Sending shivers down your spine. So, cast your mind into a medieval-style setting, Michael.
Okay.
And I want you to picture this Darkland, a swampy area with gaseous emissions and whatnot. And there's some
The trees
spooky
are all
animals.
rotten.
The
Yeah.
trees are all rotten. Everything's a bit poor.
Is everything kind of a bluish, purplish grey?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. I'm casting my mind there.
And I want you to see some heavy feet, some misshapen feet, some mutated feet clomping along the ground, rushing through this area. Now, it's not one, Michael. It's not two. It's a horde.
A horde of horrible feet.
Mutants.
Right.
Kind of heading towards a shining city in the distance, Michael. And they're approaching and approaching and approaching. And then we start to get flashes, Michael, of men getting ready for battle. So there's some swords, there's some shields, but they're not your regular swords and shields, Michael. There seems to be some kind of technological
A little
wizardry.
bit sci-fi.
Yeah, a little bit sci-fi wizardry going
Are there
on
any
there.
bare chests?
They're all, Michael, there are oiled bare chests galore.
Very good.
Galore. Michael, you would fit in perfectly.
Oh, thank you. Well, I have a very hairy chest.
Yes, I know, but you'd be shaved for this, Michael.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Am I in it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean
the aging leather daddy demographic of New York is actually my key demographic for this film. So it's good.
The techno fetishists.
The techno fetishists.
The techno fetish tribe of old New York.
Sold.
All right.
So anyway, you have to picture there's one guy that people are kind of clapping on the shoulder, and he's huge. He's a really big guy, and they're just looking to him for inspiration. The younger soldiers are looking at him and they're like, "Oh, it's him! Oh my God! Wow!"
Here he comes.
It's a big moment.
Yeah.
Then we see the big initial clash where they hit the wall of the castle and this mutant horde is there, and they look a little bit like characters we've seen before. If you're familiar with the old TV show, they're mutated people. There's a merman, there's a beast man,
a moss man,
there's a triclops.
Yeah.
And they're giving it socks.
There's a fellow whose mouth is a big giant sucker.
But they look like unusual versions. They're kind of misshapen. They're not functioning. They don't talk. They're much more primal than originally thought. And they're going to the castle. And then a second wave follows on from that, and they're in a very particular uniform, Michael.
Oh.
They've got a strange red kind of cross on them a little bit.
Oh.
And they're advancing behind this primal horde.
The red cross is the symbol of the horde, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good, okay.
Yeah. So they're approaching from behind. So there's one armed force being led... Sorry, what do they call it?
I don't know.
What's the first wave?
The vanguard.
The vanguard is this primal force. They're breaking down the barriers, and then the soldiers are following in behind.
Okay.
Now, what we notice very, very quickly, Michael, is that they buzz these primal things out with electro staffs to get them out of the way. So anyway, the soldiers of Eternia start to come down. They start fighting them off.
Wait, hold on. The soldiers of Eternia, they are the fellas in the bare chests.
Yeah, they're the bare-chested gang.
Okay, not the Gellers fellas, not the Red
No.
Cross.
So there's
Why do you hate the Red Cross? They're usually good eggs.
We're getting involved in this.
Sorry,
There's a whole thing behind this, Michael. I have actually done some lower research, Michael.
Okay, right. Go on.
So anyway, we still haven't seen the face of this big muscular man.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So he's beating off the
And he's
mutants.
there giving his speech. Yeah, he's starting to beat off in front of the crowd. And he's giving his speech and he says, Hordak won't win today.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you see, I've kind of ruined that on you.
Scumbag. So anyway, this all happens. Goes up against it. And then the battle ensues. It's a big battle. It's big and bloody. And soldiers are dying left, right, and centre. It would seem that the people of Hordak's kind of army are much more technologically advanced. They're doing a pretty decent job of cutting through the regular Eternia soldiers.
Right.
Except for a small kind of enclave that are really kicking some ass.
Yeah,
the head of this
classic
is the big guy who gave the speech. We still haven't seen his face. And then finally it's revealed to him. He's a very handsome man, Michael, looking suspiciously like He-Man.
Right.
Okay, suspiciously like He-Man. Okay?
Right.
We only catch him in glimpses because he's so fast and so powerful. Just cutting a path.
His
cutting
hair
a
is
path.
swishing around the place.
Anyway, he pegs out who's leading this tribe. There's a guy there at the back of Hordak's horde, and he's kind of controlling the big army with some kind of technological machine. He's orchestrating things, and he goes, right, that's the guy. I'm going to get him. So he turns around to his buddy, who looks to be technologically enhanced in massive ways, and he says, right, you're with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of this.
Come on, Philip.
It's a bit of a Shane and Mick vibe to the pair of them.
Good, all right.
A little bit of banter, Classic kind of warrior banter. It's like, if we survive this, the drinks are on you. And they have a close bond, okay? Strong bond.
They do like a handshake.
Yeah, it's like Carl
handshake.
Weathers meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a whole thing.
What's the plan? Okay, I'm in. You son of a bitch.
Yes, you son of a bitch.
Right, go on.
It turns out, this is Man of Arms. Man of Arms is there.
I know.
Right along. Okay.
That was fairly obvious, I thought.
It's for the listeners.
Oh, for the listeners. Okay.
Michael. So anyway, they charge.
Man at Arms, of course, his real name is Philip.
Doesn't matter, is it actually?
No, I don't think
I missed that completely. Anyway, Philip takes it on, and this guy does a big old launch, and our hero launches, and he takes out the technological guy, and the battle is over. The kind of prototype mutants go primal again. They turn on the horde that was behind them,
very good.
and they spread off back towards the Darklands, and that's what happens. So then anyway, there's a whole ceremony, a big feast, and then, Michael, the big reveal happens, and we find out, and we owe our victory to the hero, Kalor.
Oh,
it's not He-Man at all.
It's bloody Skeletor.
Yeah, Skeletor before he had his face all burnt off,
exfoliated.
Before he got an exfoliation interpretation. And so anyway,
Man at Arms' name is Duncan.
He's the big...
I did actually know that, but I briefly forgot.
We're introduced to another lieutenant here, Michael, one that we've never seen before. He's a bit smarmy. He's got a real kind of upper level kind of military vibe to him. Where, you know, the soldiers are pawns to him. Yeah. And he talks to Man-at-Arms and Kalor. And he says, I suppose your brutish way has succeeded this day. Yeah, and he goes, well, not for much longer if I have my say about it. And he's like, Kalor is like, yeah, sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. What do you even lift? What do you even lift, bro?
Do you even lift, bro?
Do you even lift, bro? And anyway, it goes off. Then we get privy to the War Council. Yeah. So King Randor is there. And King Randor is not the warm, loving man that we've come to expect of this series. He's a bit pompous. Right. A bit pompous. And he says, this is ridiculous. They keep advancing. They keep attacking the walls. How is this supposed to, you know, pan out? Yeah. I have a son now. This is not okay. Okay. Oh. So he's been very demanding. Very demanding.
King Randall.
So anyway, he gathers together his generals, and these are the guys that we know from the TV series, like Man of War and
Man-at-Arms.
Man-at-Arms. I keep getting it wrong.
Ram Man.
Yeah, Ram Man.
Ram Man there.
What's the guy with the big extendy head?
Extendo Head Man.
Extendo Head Man. Yeah. Classic Extendo Head Man.
Yeah. His real name is Philip.
And then we have also... the asshole guy, the kind of big guy,
prick.
And he turns out he's the head of research and development for the war division in Eternia. He's a bloody experimenter. Yeah. He's a real Tinker Tailor's older spy. And he says, I have a daughter as well. Oh. And I'm having a really difficult time feeling safe and keeping them safe. Okay, so there's a whole thing going on here, Michael.
I'm intrigued.
And he grabs Kalor and he says, Kalor, I need you to sneak into the Darklands and take out Hordak once and for all.
Son of a bitch.
Hordak is building a weapon. Yeah. And we need to stop that. We need to find out where these mutants are coming from, how he's developing this technology. We need it. Okay? Yeah. So Kalor, big bad man Kalor, he's like,
I'll do it.
Got you, boss.
I won't even wear a shirt.
Got you, boss. Whoomp, it's gone. That's the sound that it makes when Kalor's shirt comes off. It's whoomp, okay? Whoomp, there it is. Okay, that's how it works. Anyway, Man-at-Arms, and then bloody Nerdy McNerderson is there as well, because we don't like nerds in the He-Man
I want to know who this is, Ben.
No, he's not. We'll get to it.
Get to the point. Get to the point.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They go off. They have their mission.
Yeah.
As they're breaking into Hordak's kind of, I guess you'd call it, it's like a Mordor style kind of encampment, if you want to look at it that way, down to a cave system, and they go in. And as they're going through, Kalor and Man-at-Arms are talking to each other, and they say, this is Eternian technology.
Oh.
And they're like, what do you mean it's Eternian technology? Like, this isn't anything that we don't have in Eternia. We've seen this. This is the new prototype weapon that we saw. That's the healing chamber, just in an earlier version. And they keep going through and keep going through and keep going. And then they come to the slave camps, Michael.
The slave camps.
And all the
your favorite area.
All the primal mutants are there.
Right.
And they're looking at this and they're saying, what's this? Some of these people are Eternians.
Oh.
What's going on? And they watch, from a distance, they're sneaking around the Darklands encampment, and they watch them being put into the kind of proto healing chambers and things like that. And they're getting mutated, Michael. They're getting turned into
normal
monsters.
people into monstrons.
And they're like, what is this? What's going on? What's this thing? And it turns out, Michael, as time goes by, Hordak didn't create any of this technology, Michael. Right. This is the testing ground for Eternian technology. It's the Eternians that have been doing all this fucked up shit to people.
What a bunch of bad blokes.
To get better technology.
Oh, no good.
Because, Michael, I'm an anti-monarchist. I don't like monarchies. And so now it turns out King Randor will do whatever it takes to have better technology. Okay?
No good.
Hordak is a former member of these encampments.
Oh.
And they're like, oh man, who created this technology? Who the heck did this?
Who the Hordak?
They come into their conflict. Kalor goes up against Hordak, taking us like cling, 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 get all your sword stuff. And he goes,
have a shirt on.
And while Hordak is there, he gets distracted and he says, you! And he points to Nerdy McNerderson.
Yes.
But right then he lets his guard down out of his shock and Kalor goes, bam!
Oh,
got him.
Got Hordak.
So that's the end of Hordak, okay? But that's fine, because Hordak was just kind of a character that was introduced later in the thing to sell more toys. So
Hordak is the main villain from She-Ra, isn't he?
Yeah, but we're going to get to that as we go along.
All right.
He's also technically in the He-Man universe. He's Skeletor's mentor. But we'll get to that in a second. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Kalor is suitably disturbed by all this.
What's going on there?
Okay, he's like, what is this?
What's going on?
This is no good.
Yeah.
And they start going through the slaving cameras and they start looking at different people and they're like, hi, who are you? Blah, 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 talking to these different people. Like, how did you end up here? Yeah. And there's a little girl here in the slave encampment. She's not a little girl. She's like a teen. Okay? And he comes across this woman, and this woman goes straight for him. She tries to kill him because she assumes that he's there to do some terrible, terrible things in the slave encampment.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And he goes, whoa, 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 whoa.
Stop it now.
Whoa, hey now.
Hey
now,
I'm an all-star.
I'm here to help.
All right.
And she's like, you're not here to help. You people never help.
Yeah.
You've always ignored us. Mm-hmm. You're up there in your high tower.
Your ivory towers.
And he goes, what's your name? She goes, Lynn. My name is Lynn.
Oh, I see what you've done.
So, right. Anyway, so they form a strong bond.
Two brothers.
Now, we're looking at what we're gonna end up with here, Michael. What we're gonna end up with here, spoilers, is like a Thanos Gamora style thing without the change of heart for Gamora. Mm-hmm. That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that later. Anyway.
Yeah.
Basically, Nerdy McNerdison has slipped away, and they're like, "Where the fuck is Nerdy McNerdison?"
I don't trust this guy.
And he is, as it comes to be real, General Tila.
What?
He's going to be Tila's father.
Oh.
Okay, he's no good.
He's a bad egg.
No good. He slipped off and he's found himself a bloody big fuck off sword, Michael.
Yeah. Oh, a magic sword probably.
A magic sword probably. He's like, this is the technology we need. This is the thing we don't understand. Right. Okay? But it only goes and requires a bloody blood sacrifice to unlock all the different things.
Oh
Michael.
no, who's he going to kill?
So bloody hell. He goes, right, Kalora, you're the bravest among us.
Yeah.
Grab the sword there.
Right.
And Kalora goes, why do I have to do it? You're the one that wants the technology. He goes, look, you're the strongest. Yeah. You said it yourself. I don't even lift, bro.
Yeah, that's how you manipulate me.
Get up there. That's how I get you to do things for me. Yeah, it's true. My scrawny, weak human form couldn't do this. He's like, all right, fine.
I'll do it. Look at my guns.
He claps his hands on the thing. What happens, Michael? But he starts to burn.
He gets
starts to burn, Michael. He gets exfoliated. And he gets turned away, Michael. And he goes, oh, you freaking git.
My face.
You knew this had happened.
Yeah.
And, he's there scribbling notes furiously. And Man-at-Arms is like, oh, my God. And he tries to jump in and save him. He's like, no. For science, I need to see what happens here.
Happens to his face.
I need to see what happens here.
You see him turn into a yellow and purple skeleton.
And he starts, it's pretty gruesome, Michael. We're going to get a pretty gruesome look at how Skeletor gets his moves, okay? Yeah. And we're going to see, skin melting off. Think Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger
classic,
Rabbit.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Great reference point. Great reference point, Michael. So anyway, this is all happening, and he loses his face, okay?
Yeah.
And it's just pretty brutal, Michael. Yeah. Pretty brutal. And then the rest of them leave his body. He's there melting, kind of twitching.
I'm melting, I'm purple.
And Scientist Boy goes to grab the sword.
Yeah.
But the sword splits, Michael. It's like, what the heck?
What the heck is going on?
What the heck is this?
Yeah.
The whole thing starts to shake.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And General Tila's there going, look, we don't have time for this. We can't save these people. And Man-at-Arms is like, we have to save these people. And it's like, we can't save these people. This is what we came for. We have it now. We can go.
Have the magic sword.
And he's like, oh, but wait, no, but we have to. They don't. They run. And this becomes Man-at-Arms.
Yeah. Just call him Philip.
Becomes his greatest shame.
Yeah.
Philip's greatest shame. Okay, so serious for character development. And they head off back to Eternia. Mm-hmm. And the cave slowly caves in behind. And we see, right as that happens, bloody Lynn rocks up there.
Yeah.
And she finds his body. She finds bloody Kalora's body. And Kalora starts to move.
Oh, because he's not dead?
He's not bloody dead, Michael. And that's where we're going to have to leave it. Because we're out of bloody time. So that's part one of my He-Man pitch.
He's just a skeleton man.
Yeah, he's just a skeleton. Well, he's got a skeleton face.
Yeah, he's got
a bit more. But he's badly burned.
You're looking blue?
At kind of like an Anakin style.
Okay, how is he blue though?
Bernie burn. We're going to get to that, Michael.
Oh, we're going to get to that. He just gets mad for blueberries.
He gets mad for blueberries. Big on antioxidants is our boy. Our boy Skeletor. Exfoliating and antioxidants.
See? Health consciousness.
Health consciousness.
Leads anyone astray.
That's part one of my my He-Man Eternia pitch, Michael. Hopefully we'll get around to a part two at some point. But listeners.
Yeah, listeners. Ben, I bloody hope that there's some sort of crossover here with my Brave Star.
There is, Michael. There bloody is, Michael. Michael, for those of you who aren't aware of what that is, go and listen to the Brave Star pitch that Michael and friend of the podcast, Shane, put together. Ladies and gentlemen, are you interested in my Eternia pitch? Tell us what you think.
Ben. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What do you think is going to happen next, lads?
I don't know. I think he might come back as Skeletor.
What do you think is going to happen next, lads? What way is this going to go? What way is Ben going to reshape the He-Man universe?
Yeah.
How would you like to see this done? Would you like to see a comic book adaptation? Would you like to see it as a film? Would you like to see it as a TV series? Would you like to see it as an animated TV series in traditional He-Man style, or do you want some live action? If you would, who would you cast as our different characters in this particular one? Because I didn't get around to doing that this time, Michael.
Do you not do it?
Because I'm very sick.
Very hard to cast He-Man.
Very hard to cast any of the big muscular boys.
We haven't even reached He-Man yet.
We haven't even reached He-Man. This is bloody prequel He-Man.
Yeah.
Pre-Man.
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 Very good.
So that was Pre-Man Part 1, ladies and gentlemen. Please let us know what you thought of it. What did you think of the different trailers that came out this week? Did any of them
so many
tickle your pickle? Did you take a perusal around the trailer park? Did you tailgate with the boys? So yeah, give us a shout down below. If you want to get in touch with us, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear an episode, you can get in touch with us in a couple of different places. In fact, we'll need you to get in touch with us. Seomrabeag.com, SEOMRABEAG, BEAG.com.
It means tiny room in Irish. I don't usually
pause. I didn't mean to pause there.
You threw me off.
Look, I'm off by a mile. You can get in touch with us there for all things podcast related.
Yep.
If you don't really fancy going on the interwebs, you can find us on Instagram at Seomrabeag. Okay, we've changed the name. You can find us there. You can also leave us a comment on the YouTube channel, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, our annual Mickeys are coming up.
The third annual Mickeys.
Third annual Mickeys, the coveted Mickey Award, where you get a big Mickey if you win one of the categories. And basically, we want to know, what's your top pick for best film of the year, best good egg of the year, worst bad egg of the year, flop of the year, best TV series of the year, best surprise piece of pop culture of the year. Look, we need to know all these different things. Give us your nominations for anything that you fancy.
Yeah, Ben, you're going to do your Instagram post. I don't know.
We're going to do a big bloody dirty Instagram post tomorrow, Michael. It's going to be great. Well, Monday for you guys. But anyway, that's it from us for this week, guys. Tune in next week for, I suppose it's going to be a Christmas episode.
We'll have to do a Christmas episode.
But I'm going to have to do a He-Man Part 2 at some point. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Tune in next week for our Christmas special. Bye.
Bye.